We back, people. If y'all ain't checked out these documentaries, go check out the Joseph Vincent documentaries. He got a dope channel and got a lot of dope in documentaries, ball players, boxers. It's pretty dope. Go check him out. Shout out to him for the video, for the visuals. But man, I just got to speak on this. I got to. I have to, man. As I say before, any of these videos, when it comes to these boxers, I'm not a boxing analyst. I've just been paying attention and been following it. I don't watch basketball that often like that. So I'll be on the road. I'm a trucker. I don't watch basketball. I got more into boxing. And the politics of boxing it's a lot more entertaining than basketball. Basketball is not even year round. You did? So I've been watching it and paying attention to the channels that are actually in the business of boxing. You know, that get the reports, that get the info. As soon as it happened, their contacts are letting them know what's going on in the business between the fighters. And so what they say, I'm going to take, okay, they know the business because they in the business. So I don't have to be an analyst to, well, if these guys put it this way, I'm going to take their word for it because that's what it is. I'm not saying that everything everybody say is 100% accurate all the time. Sometimes it's not. But they'll correct themselves if they say something that's not accurate. I was wrong about that. We got some new info. Oh, I thought this. Or we got some new info. This is what it is. But when it comes to the business, when it comes to what the fighters make, it's like this has been, I didn't even need nobody to watch. I didn't need to watch Showtime or ESPN or to know the business of boxing. I like numbers. I like wondering how much do they make in the sport. Like, how does this work? I've been curious about that. I looked that up years ago. So I got some gentlemen arguing with me today on in the comments on Bud's interview with the big head dude from Showtime. I can't remember his name right now, man. Cool dude though. He always at the press conferences they give the he's like the host of the press conferences. I can't remember his name for nothing right now. Oh well. But about how much they're going to make. It didn't start off about that, but it was just about, it's like, as a Spence fan, I don't keep saying this every video, man. His diehards, you got some of them that actually know about boxing, and you can't tell them nothing about their fighter, as every fighter has them diehards. You can't tell them nothing. They don't hear nothing. And they might know boxing, and they ain't going to see it no other way. But you got a bunch of casual fans that really don't know about the sport like that. Just like you got casual fans that jump on the bandwagon for the Warriors, or for the Lakers, or for the Heat, or for the Niners, or for the Raiders. It's the same thing. They really don't, it's the hype. So they going to roll with who everybody's, the majority of people, the most popular team. Some people go for the underdog, or you go for, but y'all get what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Spence has a bigger fan base than Bud. That's a given. But I believe a lot of his fans are not like I ain't gonna say stupid. I ain't gonna go there, but I'm just saying a lot of his fans really don't know just a whole lot. Like, y'all get what I mean? They're casual fans. That's a simple way I could put it without being offensive or nothing. And Bud got a lot of casual fans too. Like I said, I'm not an analyst. Somebody, you could say I'm a casual fan, but I just, I pay attention. So I could be casual. I'm not an analyst. Hey, if somebody wants to say I am, hey, that's cool with me. But I mean, I know what I'm talking about. Everything I say, you could look up. I mean, we got our phones and fingers for a reason. Everything is at the tip of our fingers. If you have a doubt, or if you want to see if something is accurate, just look it up. So we was in the comments debating about, because it's the Spence fans, I was missing my point. The Spence fans, man, it just seemed It's like crazy how much y'all hate Bud. Like, we still debating and they're still complaining about, literally still complaining about the negotiations from last year. The failed negotiation from last year. The fight's less than 2 months away now. We 40-something days away. And they still talking about the failed negotiation from last year, man. It's like you don't realize that you literally, like, I'm trying not to be offensive, man. But it's crazy. That's why our community don't never go nowhere. Because we got so much hate for each other. You hate to see success, or if you go with this team, you got to be against the other one. That's the op. Why you just can't like both of the fighters? Even if you don't like the other fighter, why you just can't respect them? It always has to be a negative energy towards somebody. That's why we can't get nowhere. We don't get no respect from no other races, nowhere. Because they looking at us like they don't even respect themselves. It's a shame. And they got these guys, they arguing with me literally about how much money they gonna make. So, from my understanding, you got what Bud was getting at Top Rank for all what Bob was like, well, he was losing all this money. Bud was getting M's. It was a flat rate guarantee. He get the guarantee, no back end, just a guarantee. You have that flat rate guarantee, right? Then you have another guaranteed where you get a guarantee check plus the back end, a percentage of the back end. That's what majority of fighters go with, unless they're still trying to. I'm not even gonna speak too much on that, but I know from the the fighters that I follow and that are covered from what I'm watching over the past 3 or 4 years, majority of the fighters get they get a guarantee, they get their money, and they get the back end. The back end means the percentage off of the gates and the pay-per-views. It's always been like that. So I'm like, I don't understand why people want to argue, saying, well, the guarantee is only in case the fight flops. Okay, I could get you feeling that way because of the word guarantee. Well, you're guaranteed this much. But in these cases, for these gentlemen, them niggas getting 10 M's, period. Not just 10 M's, that's it. They getting 10 M's up front. I shouldn't have said period then. You guys saying they just getting 10 flat. That's not the case. They getting 10 million apiece. And that was due to Terrence Crawford going and doing business with Black Prime last year and getting that 10 M check. So he's like, I could get 10 M's from a smaller platform. Now I could get my 10 M's from y'all. And that Tank and Ryan fight, that helped a lot too, because they got the bread to make this big fight. What's the name? Blue was saying all last year, man, they don't got the money to make that fight. It's not happening in 22. Bud got the 10, and look, he ended up securing both of them a 10 mil. Plus the back end. If you think that they only gonna get 10 million apiece for that fight, you're crazy. That fight probably generate over $100 million. They probably, both of them probably get at least 30 plus M's a piece when it's all said and done for that fight. Like this fight, they could, that's generational wealth. This one, that's the first fight. It's a rematch at 154. But I don't understand why it's like people just want to argue, just for the sake of arguing. Like, I don't mind debating with people. It's fun. I don't mind debating. Sometimes you learn. I'll check game. If somebody can inform me about something I'm not too knowledgeable about or familiar with, for sure. I'm always here to pick up some knowledge. I'm always open for it. I mean, but if I'm going to speak on something, I'm the kind of person, I'm not going to speak on it if I don't know what I'm talking about. Period. I'm only going to say something if I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. And most of the time, not even just pretty sure. I know what I'm talking about. But, you know, we got, like, it's like, I don't know what's up. Like, why do the Spence fans hate Bud so much? I know why. But it's like, why do y'all can't just be happy that the fight is being made? The fight's being made. And I'm not even going to say at least, they getting 10 M's. That's already rock solid. On top, that's the beginning of their pay for the fight, man. Why would you want to just limit them to 10 mil for the fight, for this huge fight? Like, y'all don't think y'all understand, like, how silly that sounds? Why are you trying to limit these men to they only gonna get 10? You think either one of them would have just made, they might have made the fight if they were just, I don't think they would have agreed to it though, but I mean, out of all fairness to the fans, if they that close to making a fight happen, so we just take 10 M. I mean, if it was the last resort, but I still don't think, I don't know. But yeah, Bud, he said he wanted a guarantee. So they probably, but Spence was used to the getting some upfront money plus the back end. But he was willing to do the other kind of pay for boxing. You have the back end, right? So you get just a back end deal, and you don't get no upfront money, you don't get a guarantee, you just get a percentage of the back end. That's what was offered last year. And Bud wasn't having it. Because he used to getting a guarantee with Top Rank. I at least need this. I at least need this. This is a huge fight. You ain't finna cheat me out this money. I need the guarantee, and we getting a percentage off that back end. You know how much pay-per-view numbers? And it's already, I think it's sold out already. You probably can't even get no, they talking about the nosebleeds, it's 500. Now, Kell Brook, you see what he did right there? When you take a knee, that means you're broke. Okay, just beating somebody up, if they last the whole fight, don't mean they broken. You didn't break their will. That was another argument people was trying to argue it the other day, man. But I put on Spence because I'm a huge Spence fan. Both of these dudes go crazy, but I just feel the need to speak up. Not like Bud can't speak for himself, because he do, but just listening to all this, because Spence got so much more, he got his such a bigger fan base, it just be bombarded with a bunch of nonsense and Bud hate. That's why the LDBC kind of, it was rocky last year. It was some tension amongst the channels and these dudes over this fight. Over the negotiations, who doing what, who ducking who doing this. It put a division, and I called it out. I saw it early before it really got out of hand. And I got cussed out by a channel that I've been following for years. At least, well, not years, at least a couple years, first thing in the morning. And supportive, always sending some bread. They gave a shout out to my boys, my son for graduating. I missed his graduation. I was on the road. I was stuck in Oklahoma trying to get back to Cali for a week. Missed the graduation, and they gave him a shout out for me. And they thought that was dope when I got back home. They gave him a shout out. But then I get cussed out because I just spoke the truth about, I'm seeing a division amongst the channels. So much Bud hate, and I started seeing like the channels hating on Blue Blood. And I was like, what's going on? But I spoke on that, and I stopped following. I unsubscribed to some channels. That's still to this day, because the energy, man, all that negative energy. I don't see why if you go for one fighter, why you gotta have so much negative energy towards the other one. He didn't do nothing to you. We just all these interviews and over the past month, man, we seen that really. Bud reached out to Spence. They both got on the phone, man, and got this done. Them phone conversations got this fight done. The fighters. But the initiative was from Bud. And I ain't saying he just took the initiative. I'm not saying that Spence wouldn't have took the initiative too. But Bud got to beat him to the punch. But them dudes got on the phone and got it done. Now we're about to see the fight, and people still complaining about last year. I just don't get it. Like, why? You should be grateful that they wanted this fight. Grateful that they wasn't just gonna settle for, I want no back end deal. We're gonna eat the most off of these fights. We're gonna get the most money. Tell you, they probably make 30, 40 million. And if I'm off, somebody correct. I don't know. I'm not doing the pay-per-view numbers and stuff in my head right now. I'm not. I don't feel like thinking. I don't feel like I'm not a human calculator, but I am good with numbers. But I'm just giving like an estimate just off of what they should. Come on, how much them seats is, the tickets, and the pay-per-view, man. That's the pay-per-view gonna be, I think, 80 or 90. It should be, at least. I bet if it's $100, people gonna buy that. It probably, I don't know, I see people talking about it might be 800,000, 750, or it might get an M. I would say this fight should get at least close to 1 million pay-per-view buys. Period. Them dudes gonna be set after this fight. They already set. But this right here, like, secures, they don't even need to fight no more. They could just invest this fight money into other businesses and never touch the ring again. But this is the beginning of a possible trilogy. And we should just be grateful for the entertainment that's about to happen on July 29th. Instead of arguing about how much why are we going to argue? Why you guys want to cheat them out their money? Why you just want them to make 10 million? That don't even sound right, do it? Come on, man. They getting a 10 plus the back end. That's why it's called the back end. That's when look at Sean's face. I'm sorry, y'all. He knocked Sean silly right there. I said in the last video, if his legs was shorter, I meant to say stronger. If his legs was a little bit stronger, he might not have touched the floor, and he might not have got the knockdown. He would have been wobbled. I think Spence would have knocked him down after that. But yeah, that looked hella funny. But I'm saying, just be happy about the fight. We got so much negativity towards each other. And it's just, it hinders us from a lot of, it hinders us, period. It's a hindrance, and it's just, it's not good. It's not good energy to have. We setting examples for our kids. Like I said, I don't mind debating and all this, but people get all crazy, and, I'll be talking mine too. I ain't gonna lie. I'll call somebody stupid and whatever, so I don't get too crazy though. You know what I'm saying? We just be talking, we talking some mess, but it ain't it just ain't that serious. It just ain't that serious. So I keep having to make these videos, man. I'm showing y'all, yeah, I'm a Spence fan, but we gotta show love to Bud too. You gotta respect that man. Respect that man. Quit hating on him. Be happy this fight is happening. Happy that the fight of this is the fight is this big because of who the opponents are, because of what each fighter brings to the table. It wouldn't be lit like that if they was garbage. If Spence was just a one-trick pony, it wouldn't be such a good fight. But they say it's 50-50. If Bud wasn't such a dog, would nobody be into the fight? It's such a huge fight because of what they bring to the table, because of what each fighter do. And we're gonna be able to see which style gets the victory. who's able to adjust, who's able to will themselves, because it's going to be a battle. Dang, Danny was toe up too. But, and Bud Spence interview with, dang, who he called? It was, not who he called. I'm tripping, yo. I must be hungry. I ain't thinking. Who the interview he was just talking about? I was about to say Willie and Gallo. Gilly and $1 million worth of game. He said Danny and Kell Brook rocked him. They hit hard. But Danny put up a decent fight. He was cool. He still wasn't no match for Earl. But man, we gotta stop all the negativity, man. You gotta stop all the negativity. It just ain't. We better than that. We better than that. We need to be more supportive of our own people. We literally are the reason the economy is the economy. We spend the most money out of anybody, but got the least amount of money. We have the least amount of businesses in the community, but we spend the most money with everybody else. We need to change the narrative. We need to change, but we start with a mindset. More positivity. And some people, it doesn't matter what you went through, what environment. Those are factors, but we could fight your mind. You have to pray for positivity. It's a thing called a negative thought patterns because of traumatic events or inconveniences or just nastiness done towards you and stuff. So you got this pent up energy and you just can't help yourself but to be negative sometimes, or for those thoughts to just overwhelm your mind. We got to fight that. We need to be supportive of each other. Stop hating on everybody. Stop hating on people shining. Stop hating on people's success. Congratulate. I see somebody in the car and I got a Jag. I'm a Jag man. If I see somebody in a newer Jag than me, maybe the XJR, the supercharged thing, or the drop, I'm like, oh, he clean. I gotta step my game up. I'm working on that. I'm not hating on him. If I had a Bentley, I see somebody in a Rolls Royce, I'm like, oh, those ugly ass Rolls Royce. I'm gonna be like, man, that thing clean too, boy. They probably tell you the same thing. Y'all at the gas station or something right next to you. Like, I see you, bro. I see you. We gotta congratulate instead of hating, man. We gotta put more positive energy into the atmosphere. We could do it, but you gotta start in your mind. We got to get out of that negative mindset. And there's layers to all of this. Those are topics for another day. But when it comes to this boxing, man, we just got to enjoy this fight. And be thankful that them brothers is made the fight happen. And it's finna be lit. So I hope everybody, if you ain't going to be there to buy that pay-per-view, support them. Support them. This is the reason why they don't put a lot of the black fighters up against each other, because they don't think it's gonna make no money. That was part of the problem of getting the fight made. We gotta support our people so we can see more of the best fighting, because we do run boxing. And I know there's a lot of dope Latino fighters and I think Asian, from the East and stuff. It's a lot of fighters from every nationality, but the most gifted are the African Americans, flat out. That's not an argument. But if we want to see some of the best in the ring with the best, we want to see them brothers against the brother, we need to support them. So let's be more supportive now and drop the hate. Congratulate. You dig? All right, I'm gone.